And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another video game review. Today, continuing with another one from the Xbox Game Pass. Sorry, my eyes are dried out and they're starting to water up now. It's Donut County. Sorry, I'm not crying. I'm not crying. Maybe again. But yeah, this is on Xbox Game Pass. It's a relatively short game. It's like a little over an hour long. Where you here's the concept, guys. Great concept here. You ready? You play as a hole in the ground and eat stuff. Swear to God, that is a wild concept, and you would think, oh, maybe it don't work. It does work, honestly. I was kind of surprised, and I got a lot of thoughts in this game. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? It is like pretty fun that we just play as a hole in the ground. I'm surprised. It kind of reminded me of Little Inferno, that I played a while ago now at the time of recording this, and where it's just really simple. You just are a hole in the ground and you eat stuff and you get bigger and you eat bigger stuff and you just swallow the world. And then there's like a story attached to it about like the residents of the county and like their lives as they were getting sucked up, and then like trying to figure out how the hell they're gonna get out of the hole, and like the why the holes even exist and whatnot. It's honestly kind of a crazy little thing. And the whole like thing, the whole thing with the hole, love the English language there. I honestly think this would make a great horror movie concept, where it's just like there's a random hole eating things and sending them down into the depths of hell, and nobody knows where they're coming from, how to stop them, and people are just getting sucked up. I think that would be a great movie concept, honestly. Or really a Smash Bros. Item. Could you imagine like a Smash Bros. Item where it's just a fucking giant hole in the ground in the stage and characters just get eaten up and like instantly die from it or whatnot, and you don't know how the fuck to avoid it and stuff? Wouldn't that be awesome? I think that would be cool, to kind of work out. And honestly, the story's kind of deep. Kind of deep. I don't know. I mean, it's still relatively surface level, even though they're 999 miles in the ground. Yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's an all right story. I mean, with it being so short, there's not a lot of with it being so short, and also a lot of characters. There's a lot of characters in this game for how so short it is. There's not really a lot of time for any sort of development or anything like that. Only like a couple of characters really get any true character like growth or development throughout the entire game, which is fine. That's not the focal point of the game, so it's not a huge deal, but it is something that you just have to know. And I think they definitely went a little overboard with the amount of characters. I think, yeah, either make the game longer, which also wouldn't have been a super easy task, or have less characters, which would have in turn made the game shorter, so it really wouldn't have done anything. It works, though. It works. The gameplay, though, like, let's talk about like this. The gameplay is pretty repetitive. I know it is fun. It's kind of satisfying though, just kind of sucking things up in a hole and watching them go bye bye, and getting bigger so you can eat more things, and eating stuff is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. There are some like cool other elements that they add throughout the game, like a catapult that's supposed to like that's the people's way of trying to escape the holes. They have a catapult, but then you use it to like launch things in the air, like a frog to eat flies or whatnot, and then the frog gets fatter, so then you eat it and you get bigger as well, so you can eat more things, and that's a cool little strategy point. Or when they throw a boss fight in out of nowhere, at the end of the game, there was no combat at all up until the very end. Then they threw in a boss fight out of nowhere. It was kind of funny. though it was also kind of annoying. Because like you have to eat this stuff up and then launch it back, but it's really hard because there's a shadow, but you can't be directly underneath the shadow. You have to be just outside the shadow to be fully lined up with the ship, which doesn't make any sense at all. But yeah, oh my god, that was annoying. Thankfully, it's really short, so it doesn't really sniff anywhere on the hardest video game levels list, but I thought at the beginning, yeah, this is definitely going on the list. And then 2 minutes later, the battle was over, and I was like, oh, nah, we'll leave it off. I also thought, like, getting stuff in the hole was surprisingly difficult because you couldn't, it's not like a vacuum cleaner where you can just kind of slide it along the ground and things will just go in it effortlessly, you know, with gravity or, well, and in the case of this game, like gravity and whatnot. No, you got to stay over it for like a good 5 seconds before it goes in. Or sometimes, you know, you maybe it's a little stuck, so you move it around, but then it flies out and like flies to the other side of the level, so then you gotta go all the way around, and it's just, oh god, so annoying. And then that's another part that I really don't like in the final boss battle, because you have to be really precise with getting the stuff in the hole so you can launch it up, but then it doesn't go in, and then you run out of time, and then you take the automatic damage. And the dialogue, oh my god, the dialogue was fucking terrible. It's just a bunch of cringy text lingo, just like, lol. It's like, are yous coming to the party? Or something like that. It's like, what the fuck? I don't want to. Who the fuck wants to read this shit? I sped it up as fast as I possibly could, because I didn't care. There's not enough time to develop these characters. It's completely pointless to read these texts unless you're fucking Gen Z, which I'm not Gen Z. I want this game to be over. But anyways, that's my thoughts on the game. Honestly, it is pretty fun. Like I said, it is a pretty fun game. You know, just some extra elements that they tried to add to make it something more than it really should have been, and it didn't really work, in my opinion. So, what are you gonna do, though? Anyways, guys, my final score for Donut County, I'm gonna have to give it a good 7. I give it a 7 out of 10. If you get this, if you have Game Pass and you want to play this, I think it's a good one to play. Or if you find it like for on sale or like part of a bundle or something, I definitely think it's worth trying out. But for like going out of your way and paying like a good price for it, I don't know if it's necessarily going to be worth it. But just kind of my thoughts. That's going to do it though for this game review. If you've ever played Donut County, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And that's going to do it for this video as well. Stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more video game reviews and other awesome stuff. Until next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.